Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. From First Paw Media, sponsored by First Paw Coffee Company, this is the Dog Driver Show. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert Forto and Kourosh Partow.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is Robert and I am here with my co-host KP and we are the Dog Driver Show, and I cannot believe it. This is our last show of 2020. It's been one heck of a year for everybody, including everybody involved in the sport of dog mushing. KP, today we're talking to a lady in Spain. What can you tell us about her?
Tamara Vazquez. I've been watching her on social media and to see what she is doing. She is a canicross and monosport athlete in Spain. She's our first guest, actually, from Spain. We've never had guests from Spain before. So I'm very excited listening to her and asking about the way that the sport is done in this in her country, which is, obviously when you think about Spain, you usually don't think about sled dog sport because of their climate, but she's doing it. Tamara, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, thank you to Matt. Well, I started canicross. It was a progressive start. About 8 years ago, I was a badminton player with any relation with athletics, but suddenly Diana, my Weimaraner, came to my life as a gift. It's a very active, athletic, and strong dog, but we didn't know anything about this wonderful sport until a friend told us about it and told us that there was a canicross club in our city. So our first race was amazing, as if Diana had competed her whole life. The problem was me. I was not prepared to run at that speed. Winning our first races was a super motivation to participate in other races in my region. And little by little, I fell in love with this sport, with the sensations that you feel when you are running and connected with your dog. I felt the need to improve and train, at least to compensate for all the effort Diana made in races pulling me. So after 15 years playing badminton, I decided to quit and dedicate myself completely to canicross with Diana. Right now we have our personal trainer, and we are at a good national level, I think. This is my start.
That is pretty cool. So, Tamara, where do you live in Spain? Because when we think about running in sled dogs in Spain, when I was in Europe, actually I did race in the Pyrenees in Spain, one or two races in Plateau de Bay. Where do you live?
I lived in the north of Spain, near to Pyrenees, and it is one of the best places to practice canicross and mushing because the weather is perfectly overall in winter. And okay, we have problems in summer because we can't be able to train because the temperatures are over 20 degrees, and it's complicated to practice this kind of sport here. But I'm very fortunately, because if I go to the mountains, I have the proper temperature. But in winter, there are competitions in all Spain because the temperatures are about 7 degrees, 10 and 0, depending on the cities. So it's possible to practice in winter.
Tamara, as you may have known, in our show, we talk to all different kind of athletes in the sled dog sport, from stage race to open class to 8-dog class to dry land to canicross. Canicross, obviously, what you do is the most demanding, physically demanding for the driver or for the runner in your case. How do you prepare yourself for the events?
Okay, for training, I have the help of a great professional, and I'm also very lucky that he's my partner. Actually, he's an expert in endurance sports, but we are an exception in his work. We usually separate our training sessions. On the one hand, the dogs train, and on the other hand, I do, because the workouts are totally different. If I always trained with them, listen to me, it wouldn't take long to endure myself, because canicross is a sport with an extreme impact on our joints. And it is very important to arrive at competition in the best conditions without fatigue, without injuries, and so on. So to be more precise, I train running 4 or 5 days a week. Of course, varying the intensities such as long distance training, interval series, strength, technique, and the rest of the days I train with my bike. I follow my weekly planning to the letter because I really trust on my coach, and I think it is the only way to get better. But on the other hand, my dogs, Diana and Kona, train 2 or 3 times a week, usually Skijoring, also varying the intensities. But yes, now we are not training very intensity for 2 reasons. There are no competitions due to coronavirus, and in addition, Kona is 9 months and Diana is 9 years old. So in both cases, it is not the proper moment to do hard trainings. So I have patience and step by step. And in this current moment, we do what we like. Free running, and sometimes we participate in some virtual races that Europe and Spain are organizing. But really, we miss the social and competitive atmosphere of racing. And I think dogs notice it too.
Yeah, that is so true. When we are talking about canicross, I mean, and we've talked to several monosport canicross athletes. Anthony Lemoine, I remember talking to him from France. Tisa Philippart from Belgium, and several other, I believe. So, do you believe that preparing yourself is more important than preparing your dogs, or you think you have to do it together?
I think both are important, but I believe it's more difficult to be prepared me, because they have a natural physical conditions to get a great athlete, and they are better than us. So, okay, they have to train to be sane and healthy and to prepare their pool. I don't know. But our physical conditions has to be very, very planning, training, and I don't know, I have to do a lot of series. And when I finish a race, I need at least 1 week or more to recover myself, because the heart and I don't know, the physical dams are strong. And normally my dogs the same day of the race are recovery. I don't understand, but this is the natural.
Oh, definitely. I think nobody can run as fast as a dog anyway. So you're right. It's harder for a person
Yeah.
to follow the dog. Tell me about the sport in Spain, Tamara. How is this sport evolving in monosport and, of course, in the more traditional sled dog sport like a sled or dryland races with more than one dog?
Okay, we have a lot of competitions. The most important competition in Spain is the champion. I don't know how to say the league, Spain League or Spain Cup. We are all of kind of mushing sports, Skijoring, cards, everything. We are together. And the league is composed by more or less 4 races around the Spain, in the north, in the south, and everything, everywhere. And this is important to score them to go to European championship and World Championship. And on the other hand, you have to participate in the Spanish Championship dryland to get to European Championship too. And on the other hand, you have a lot of races in the regionals areas, and each area has the own races, and every year there are more and more and more races, and this is the canicross, for example, is increasing every single day, and it is perfect because it's a wonderful sport, an amazing sport, and I'm, for example, I'm very, very happy every single day.
Tamara, do you also do snow events or just dry land?
Yes, I participate in snow events all years. And last year I get the second place in a Spanish championship on snow, but I only do canicross because it's a pity, but I don't know how to ski. But I live near to the snow in winter, and we training a lot in the snow.
So,
there,
go ahead.
sorry, there are competition in regional area too in the snow.
And where do you practice joring? Basically, I'm sure you're talking about skijoring or pulka, right?
Sorry, if
Do you do
when?
do you do skijoring or you do pulka on snow?
No, in my case, only running in the snow. We are practicing canicross over the snow,
Oh,
and it's very funny. Yeah.
so you don't use skis, you run in the snow, canicross. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's the first time I'm hearing that,
Yes,
Robert. That's
yes.
pretty interesting, actually. So you do the same distance as regular canicross, or is different?
No, it's similar. We run for 5-6 kilometers, and we sometimes need some helps in our shoes. A kind of I don't know how to say in order to not to
Spikes.
Spikes,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Spikes on the shoes.
Yeah.
Very
And
interesting.
Normally we fall a lot of times, but it's funny, and dogs are enjoy very much.
Is it groom trail or is it deep snow? Is it the snow is
It's
packed or is the snow is deep?
No, it's not deep.
Okay.
It's hard.
Hard.
The
Okay.
floor.
Okay, that is, I've been doing sled dog races in over 30 years, Robert, and this is the first time I'm hearing actually. So canicross in snow, which is kind of interesting. It's
Yes.
got to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be definitely fun. So for the diet for yourself or for the dog, do you have to follow a special diet for canicross?
Yeah. Regarding nutrition, taking care of what we eat is part of our lifestyle, such as training. Nutrition is so important that it can help you perform better or perform worse. I try to make my nutrition as natural as possible and as balanced in terms of nutrition and macronutrients. This also depends on my training session. My body may need more carbohydrates or protein or even more fats. And of course, with the feeding of my dogs, I do the same. But honestly, it is a bit more difficult because I'm not an expert on the metabolism of dogs. So I try to trust on a very complete feed, like Arion pet foods, and I usually add food and some natural nutrients. And in addition, we take great care of their hydration before trainings or competitions and their recovery post-competition, especially their joints through chondro protectors and so on. Yeah.
Tamara, I have a couple of questions for you before we go. My first question is, as we mentioned, you're the first guest we've had in Spain. What is the perception of the sport amongst people that live in your country? Is it well known or is it a little known sport in your country?
I think all people think it's a good practice. It's sane and healthy. And okay, always you can find people that can think about you are doing your dog full of you, and it's not very funny for them. I don't know, but it is not the typical thing.
Gotcha.
Every single day is more popular, and a lot of people ask me in the social media, "Oh, sorry, Tamara, I would like to participate in canicross. I would like to start in canicross. How can I do it?" Give me some advices or tell me about equipment. And I think I can tell people are most interested every single day, and it's great because I think it's a very, very funny sport and very recommended for the health in a human people and in a dogs.
You know,
Yeah.
Tamara, you just asked my next question, and that is if somebody came up to you and wanted some advice, if you could give them one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Okay, my first piece of advice is to enjoy running with your dog, because it is not easy when a dog pulls you to run as fast as possible beyond your possibilities. So first of all, enjoy running, and secondly, think on your dog all the time. Keep the instructions or keep the advice not to run in road, not running in temperatures inappropriate, not force your dog to pull, and always the most important thing in canicross is the dog, and with respect, enjoy running and enjoy to connect with them and to feel the same things when you are running and understand between us. I don't know. Enjoy. This is canicross, and the results will be better always when you are enjoying.
That's good advice. If we're not having fun, there's no reason to do it, whether it's you or the dog. If it becomes a chore, it's no longer fun anymore, for sure. KP, anything else for Tamara before we go?
No, I really enjoyed chatting with Tamara. What I love about our sport, as I always say, Robert, is we have so many different type of involvement in the sled dog sport. Just not long time ago, we were talking to major open drivers, open kennels with 100 dogs in their kennel, and listen to their passion about the sled dog sport. And now we are talking to a lady who is in Spain with only 1 or 2 dog who is doing canicross, and the main thing is we're all sharing the love and the passion for our dogs and for the sport the way that we are doing. Tamara, I just wanted to thank you for the time you spent with us this afternoon, and looking forward to see you racing all the major events in Spain and in Europe. And who knows, maybe one day come and do canicross in Alaska. Why not, right?
Yes, it would be perfect. Thank you very much for having me for this wonderful program. It has been a challenge to communicate in another language for me. So thanks for your patience, and overall good luck for everything.
Thank you very much. On behalf of our guest today and my co-host, this is Robert for the Dog Driver Show. Be sure to check out all of our episodes over on dogworksradio.com. If you know of somebody in the sport that you would like to hear on our show, send us a message. Otherwise, just hit that search bar and type in their names, and I bet we've already spoken to them for sure. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
From First Paw Media, this is the Dog Driver Show. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you can see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert Forto and Kourosh Partow. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media.